In this video, we're going to be talking about Ecomi. We're going to be analyzing the price of Ecomi to see where price is going, basically giving a technical analysis. So yeah, as you can see on CoinMarketCap, it is currently down 6.45% at the time of recording. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe as I'm trying to hit 500 subs. As well as that, before investing into Ecomi, please do your own research as I'm not a financial advisor. So on CoinMarketCap, Ecomi is currently bearish. As you can see that we are down 6.45% at the time of recording. Looking on the chart that CoinMarket have provided, we can see that Ecomi has pretty much been in that bear trend essentially. I think this is mainly due to Bitcoin as well dropping, and we're just gonna have to wait and see how Ecomi recovers from this, if Ecomi even recovers. But I think it's just a minor pullback essentially. But we will go into more in-depth analysis on TradingView in a few moments. So if we look on the weekly, we can see that we are pretty much over. We are still overall bullish on the weekly, which is really nice to see. We can see that we're now approaching this demand zone essentially. We do have equal lows, which price could pretty much liquidate before going back up. We're just gonna have to wait and see what occurs. But if we check on the monthly, we can see on the monthly Ecomi did have a huge drop towards the downside. We failed to break past this region, and then therefore our price just kept dropping and dropping, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, essentially everything you need for a downtrend. But if we check on the quarterly, we can see that we're still overall bearish, but you can see that we've made a nice little accumulation phase. You can see a little accumulation schematic essentially. But if we go over to TradingView to analyze what is going on with Ecomi, so you can see here that Ecomi is pretty much you can see pretty much, I wouldn't say it's bearish, I wouldn't say it's bullish, but at the time of recording, I'd say that we're inside a range essentially. I think an accumulation phase is pretty much playing out essentially from this region onwards. So pretty much you can see here that this is the selling climax, secondary test, the spring. I think this is a retest, but we may have failed. We might have a retest towards the bottom, towards the near side, or even if price reacts from this zone. So let me just quickly annotate this for this schematic. So you say this is a selling climax, and then you could say this is the secondary test. From the secondary test onwards, you can see we did have the spring, which did liquidate all the weak buyers essentially, and pretty much telling them to FU essentially. And then you can tell that this was the retest, but it looks like this was a failed retest, or it could have been a failed accumulation schematic. So we're gonna have to wait and see how price reacts when it comes to this demand zone. The main reason I think that this might flop was this, well, we did have a little break of structure, but in order for us to have a confirmed break of structure, I would have liked price to close above this equal high essentially. But it looks like price failed to, as price is coming back down. So we're gonna have to wait and see how this schematic plays out. Let me put this back. Yeah, so we're gonna have to wait and see how this schematic plays out, as there is loads and loads of liquidity that was taken out from this region. But I think this is mainly due to Bitcoin's situation, as well as Bitcoin is on the downside. If we drop into the lower time frame, you can see that Bitcoin is in a distribution schematic. So you can see that we've had the buying climax, then we had the secondary test, and we had the automatic rally essentially, and then therefore we had the up thrust, and then from the up thrust we had the retest, and then from the retest we pretty much had a little pretty much, yeah, liquidating all of the weak sellers essentially, and then from then onwards we just pretty much dropped towards the downside. But in my opinion, I feel like Bitcoin will come back into the psychological level of 40,000 as well, possibly gain more buyers essentially before reaching the highs of 50k. So if you go back onto Ecomi or Omi, so you can see that we're just gonna have to wait and see how price reacts. You can see the price is having a reaction from this demand zone essentially. If we just draw this out, you can see that this is a strong demand zone as Ecomi is respecting it. Let me just find demand. So yeah, this is a very strong demand zone. Price is respecting it. We could have another leg towards upside essentially. But if we draw our Fibonacci, let's quickly draw our Fibonacci to see where price could possibly head. That was high. So yep, exactly at the 0.618 region, which is a pretty much a really good reversal zone. So yeah, it looks like price is respecting that zone, as it is a very strong demand zone. So we're gonna have to wait and see how price plays out on this leg towards the upside. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subs.